Good morning, everybody. Just waiting for YouTube to pop up here. Here we go. What the hell happened there? Okay, so more of the same. Markets dip, buyers step up, markets grind, no big momentum, just a slow plod to the upside, waiting for the next shoe to drop, if it's going to. China news comes out favorably. People make jokes about impeachment. I'm not so sure what's going on in Hong Kong. Probably a few cracked skulls and people are rebelling. I guess they should, but the markets don't care. Right? Just the consolidation, the breakout was a resting day kind of yesterday. Right? Kind of was a mixed picture, but some things that looked like they were going to dive, didn't. So overall, like we could say, the market is healthy. We need to see some participation. Let's just look at the Russell here, which is the one that has the greatest potential. We've talked about this for a while. It's just consolidating here at the top of the range, and that's not bad. And so now we're just waiting to see what the event might be to get it to percolate and push up through this highs here that it's been getting stalled at and get through the top of that range and into that price void above, because then it has the potential for quite a nice move. So, just kind of waiting to see that. The transports got a double bottom. It's kind of a double bottom. This was a gap reversal, and then the gap up, and then, a little gap down and tested a low and bottoming tail bar, and buyers stepped up there. So on the weekly chart, just a consolidation at the top, nothing wrong there. Hourly chart getting a W bottom, so that looks okay. That's supportive of it going higher if it can. Well, so we know as a minimum, right, it's got to take out yesterday's high. And if it does that, it's got this swing right here. It's got that swing to get through. So the theory is, in an uptrend with a pullback with this kind of a pattern, it should be able to get through here. So that's all we do as chart readers, is we look at the weight of the evidence, multiple time frame alignment or the lack thereof, relative strength and weakness. We look at some market internals, and then we look at patterns and location of where they set up, and we say the weight of the evidence means it should do this. And then we wait to see if it actually happens with no guarantee. That's the fabulous profession that we're in. That's why we love it. So spiders pushing up, a little correction here. Doesn't that mean a thing if you ain't got that swing? I guess if you ain't got that swing, you're going to get slapped silly in this market. And so it's going up here, a little higher high, higher low. It didn't come down into the gap fill, which is a positive. Right? Held on to that, created some new support. And this morning is just a little bull flag, kind of a drift here into let's just call it just below 313. So no big deal. It's like a sleepy market. It's like a sleepy market. I see some mostly green down here, which is good. Mostly all green. Qs, right? They had a bottoming tail bar yesterday, came down into the area of the unfilled gap. Right? Didn't quite make it all the way there, but come on, little factory work here, little common sense, red bar down followed by a big green bar up. It's not going down there, right? That's a positive. Looks should keep going higher, and that's where it's at. So now It's up near the high. I don't even know if that's real. That little poke to the downside, but nonetheless, prices are consolidating, and as we always do, can it take out resistance? Or is it going to take out support? There's lots of support below, but we'll see how it unfolds. Futures. The grind continues. Right. Look at the bar by bar. Right. Dips down, was a red bar, turns into a bottoming tail bar. Red bar turns into a bottoming tail bar. Right. Tries to break out, topping tail. Going to go down? Nope. Bottoming tail bar. Tries to go down? Nope. Bottoming tail bar. And so now it's just grinding up as if like, okay. And I kind of, I said yesterday, this thing should theoretically begin to accelerate since it had this resting period. But it's not. It's kind of moving higher. And I guess maybe it's the news-driven market, China, impeachment, nauseating Washington, all the same old stuff. So, it kind of, let's just say it's kind of like a moving up like a super strong man that's pulling a tank, and it's going to keep pulling it higher. So there's tremendous strength here, but it just can't break out into a sprint. And it's just the way it is. That's the market environment that it is right now. And maybe that's what's coming. We'll just have to see, because that's typically how trends end, is that they eventually sprint where the majority gets in, and that ends it. So Qs, similar, just grinding up there. Relatively small range. It's only Tuesday. Well, there's more news coming. We'll see which way this goes. It's up multiple weeks in a row. It's into new all-time highs, so nothing to stop it. So we just track prior bars, lows on the daily time frame and on the weekly time frame. And best to use a pivot on the hourly than a prior bars low. Prior bars low be too tight. All righty. Russell, the Dow, which has been leading, and we got a little bit of a back off here, a little bit of a deeper back off this morning. I don't know that really means anything. We all have heard the terminology, the market climbs a wall of worry. And that's kind of what it looks like. It's like it starts going up and it's, oh my God, it's going to fall apart going down. And oh, no, it's that support, buy. Right? Try to drop, nope, buy. Going to drop here, breakout failure. Oh, let's see, it comes down to support, buy. Right? And so trend is up, little breakout failure here, a little bit of uncertainty. We'll see what happens. Russell, just in this trading range. Same story as looking at the ETF. We're waiting to see if this thing can get out of the range. And now as I'm looking at this, it does have a lower mini range to possibly clear to try and attack the top. Now we've got this green candle that's formed here. So maybe that's, showing some relative strength. Maybe that's an indication that this might be able to get going today. So set an alert above these highs and let's see what happens. Oil, testing the lower part of the range here. It's a little peekaboo. It's been doing this peekaboo above the range and then coming back down to the bottom of the range. So we'll see if buyers want to step up and grab some. Oil, I don't know. Bonds are grinding higher here, coming up into its resistance area, and it's stalled. It's not backing away, as you can see. So again, as I said, each morning, keep an eye on TLT or TBT if you want. It's the opposite. And see if TLT starts ripping up here. It's going to put a little pressure on equities. So makes sense to keep an eye on that. Gold's not doing anything. So set an alert. All right, just set your alerts. We may not want to get involved with it, but for the moment, set an alert. This is a pretty cool feature in eSignal, by the way, if anybody uses it or doesn't use it. When you set your alert, you can kind of drag it up there, or, if you had another one below. I don't know if I can put below. Yeah, look at that. See how it changes? So it's actually smart enough to know that now it's an alert below versus the alert up above there. But anyway, just a lot of these platforms have pretty cool features. Some have, others don't have, but you find something that works for you. I've used this for a long time. It works for me. And silver, kind of, that looked like it could get going, and it just got slammed back down. So I guess it's not ready. How do we go into today? Well, this is just a bullish bias that is slow. Buy the dips. This way, if you're getting in near support, and if it doesn't work, you can flip it out. Getting in on run up, well, you're going to need a bigger stop, of course, because you still got to be stopping out near support, not in the middle of nowhere. So money management becomes a very, very important key, as it always is. And I guess that's about it. We'll see where this day goes with these hearings that begin again. And we'll see what that's all about. Other than that, hey, it's another week to Thanksgiving. We're getting there. It's getting to the end of the year. This thing is moving.
And what time, Greg, should we be at your house for dinner? All right, good morning.
Are you muted, Dan?
No, I'm talking. Sound check, everyone.
I am.
All right. All right, cool. Not nearly amount of gappers today, so let's go ahead and look at the opens. Yeah, I was asking you, Greg, what time do I come over for Thanksgiving? See, he keeps muting me. He doesn't want to answer. Adobe put spread.
No, seriously, are you going to Texas, or are you going to be here?
Oh, I didn't hear your question.
No, you said it's about Thanksgiving, and I said I thought you were going to Texas.
Right, and I did not hear that question. No, well, I'll tell you about it later. But yeah, I have a flight on hold. But okay. I don't know yet. Cat, we have a call spread, and I tighten the stop. Diamonds put spread, tighten stop, looks fantastic. Disney, we entered a put spread yesterday. Capping up here, it looks great. Facebook put spread for Friday, looks great. LOW was an earnings speculation trade. We shorted the way the heck down here, 107s, but it's an earnings trade. I mean, it really clear, and it's gapping down here, obviously, on the Home Depot news. But, it has earnings, I think, tomorrow or the next day. LRCX put spread looks great. And the video, we got into a put spread yesterday on this beautiful 180 reversal. And we also, as you'll see in a second, we have a half lot of a core trade. So all those and the weekly options look good. Now the swing trader, AFL, we bought, what's today, Tuesday? We bought over Friday's high, so we're long that. APPN, we sold a put spread, big old W bottom on the daily at the 200. Cisco, we're short stock, and I don't like the bottoming tail, so using bar by bar analysis, I'm gonna keep a tighter stop on this. Maybe at a minimum, move it to Friday's high. Currently, it's Thursday's high. CTL, we're long stock. That looks great. And I also wanted to sell a put spread on it in the weekly options trader, but we did not get the desired credit. CVE, we're long stock, and it's kind of just dead money here. CYRX, another bottoming pattern. We're long stock. DXC, we're long stock plus a put spread. Looks great. We bought the 1, 2, 3 breakout. ESMT, long stock. FISV, we have a put spread, or no, rather a covered call. And I've tightened the stop to yesterday's low to lock in profits. HRVSF, we went bottom fishing in the marijuana sector. We got in on this little breakout right there, 1, 2, 3. It's a perfect entry, 100% perfect. It's, you know, just sloshing around, but it's still holding incredibly better than the sector here. Look at the sector. It's just crushed, and there's absolutely no sign of bottoming. Like, remember Beyond? Remember Debbie asked me one day, is it bottoming? And I said, Debbie, I have no idea. You know, I want more of a something. That's not ready. But when it is ready, we'll do a put spread. Jable, we have a covered call. Core trade looks good. I tightened the stop because of the extended weekly. And our cost basis is 32.85. So we got in on this gap up, and then we've been selling calls against it. We have a huge open gain. MR, little breakout failure that we bought right there. That was a bullish 1, 2, 3. Closed with a topping tail. Looked like it got its sea legs back, and then yesterday, boom, our stop is still under here, so we're not stopped out yet. Big W bottom on the weekly, which is why I gave it a big stop. Microsoft covered call, looks great. We're in trail mode. NVIDIA half lot I mentioned is a core trade. We have a covered call. Orly, bull call debit spread. We covered half. We covered a third yesterday at a $6 plus gain, and I tightened the stop. PPL, long stock and a put spread. This could be a breakout failure. Definitely don't like yesterday's topping tail after that breakout. SKX, we're long stock, and it's retail, so you know that's why it's gapping down a little bit here, but our stop is Friday's low. Looks good. STX, we have a covered call. It looks great. We're in trail mode. TWO, long stock. And finally, the biotech ETF. We sold a put spread. And that's gapping up. Looks great. And that's it. That is all our opens in both letters. I don't review the opens in the ETF letter in here. Day 3 on CNN and Fox. All right, what's going on with this little guy? 54, so it's gapping up a little bit, but no pattern, it's extended. MXL gapping to 2080. Now it's not clean at all with this ugly gap down and that ugly red bar, but it is a bullish gap over this 2 weeks of consolidation. So maybe 30-minute high, that would give you a day trade. I could sell this thing going by the ticker, little Ballard, Ballard Energy. It's extended now, but look at this monthly. Oh, well, that's way extended on the monthly too, when you spread out the data. But when you condense the data, look where it came from, 110 bucks. So I'll watch it a few days. EFC 1813, so that's a bearish gap under this major pivot, but there's no great price void. India, 7 bucks. Yeah, that thing got, wow, I got shellacked. Now look at this one little green bar. on Friday. That could have given you a day trade being extended. But you see that's an example of swimming upstream in a very powerful downtrend. That little swim didn't go very long. Abgo here, 317. This is beautiful, beautiful for a put spread and maybe even a bullish trade. And put that in the window. Beautiful gap. It's been, you know, trading range after this big blast off. And it's now gapping, you know, over all this. That looks great. Let me check earnings. Oh, really, McGraw? Yeah, I'm changing subjects here on Trump on my friend's group text yesterday. All right, earnings 12/12. They said watching CNN and MSNBC and whatever else makes it think like Trump is on his deathbed. And I had no idea what that meant until I read in the paper today that he apparently went in to the hospital. Anyway, I don't like politics. TJX is getting sloshed around with some of these retailers. 60, that's a nice gap. 60.50. Oh, that had earnings today. So did Home Depot, so did KSS. I have Abgo in the other one, but so TJX was down early. This looks great for put spread and maybe a directional 30-minute high. JWN, bearish gap, 30-minute low. And look at this 5-minute chart here on my right. That's very bearish pre-market action. So that looks good for a short if it can't bounce. I see Boeing here perking at 12. Ooh, it's a big old gap, 1286, but too big for me. Macy's down. We had a put spread on this over the high, but it didn't trigger. So obviously I canceled it. I sent out an alert today. There's our KSS. Wow, our low turned green. That's impressive strength. Negating that big old gap. I heard Kramer on the news saying we had a we had a put spread on this, which we stopped out yesterday at a profit. Beautiful 1, 2, 3. Home Depot 231. It's a bearish gap, but to support, let's watch it in the first 30 minutes. Midco, nice close yesterday. Now it's gapping up. I don't know if that's earnings or something else. SMAR. Is that what Alex was looking at yesterday or somebody else? But I like it as a bottoming pattern. That's on my list. Oh, here's the one Alex mentioned, and I love the weekly on this. BJRI looks good. Oscar Charlie, I want to watch on a pullback. I like the monthly. Nice gap breakout yesterday. ADT, this is a 1, 2, 3 over the highs. Looks good. Newer, yeah, over the higher of yesterday or Friday. DVA, it's been holding strong. Plug, another monthly here. I'd like to watch on a pullback. So Plug, I think that's the same sector as that little Ballard. Yeah, I remember that, McGraw. I forget where exactly. Maybe My guess is it would be right in this bar. September, is that where? Yeah, look good. SI, recent IPO, you know, we need a pullback. SPB, I like the monthly, but I wanted a pullback. Greg's Coffee Shop has been trading very wildly. Hey, the Orly, I remember one of you were asking me about it yesterday into the close. It's, and I just said, you know what, daily, weekly, monthly are strong in an uptrend. I just questioned that 50% retracement, but now I'm going to move stop right here, 448. Just eyeball it clearly under that. Looks great. And we have a bull call debit spread on that. Glancing at opens. Oh, Roku. I posted that as a call spread. Let me see where it's at now. The 170, 180 for Friday. All right, it's midpoint 60 cents. I said do it for a minimum of 80. So